Ron Silk, front row with the call of the start of the 51st Napa Spring Sizzler. Here's the Grand Marshal and Ben Dodge.
They come off turn number 4. Matt Hirschman, Ronnie Silk, pedal to the metal. They are flying down into turn number 1. Hirschman setting a blistering pace already. Off the turn, down the back straightaway. Hirschman starts to pull away, side-by-side bid for positions 4 and 5.
Off turn 4 they come. Lap number 1 in the books, picking up right where he left off a year ago. Big money, Matt Hirschman leads the opening circuit.
Hirschman still in command. It's early in the event. Meanwhile, keep your eyes on some of the cars that are moving forward. Steven Kopczyk, car number 1, is in the 6th spot. Andrew Kraus, who ran so strong in qualifying with that number 24 car, is already in the 5th, make it the 6th position now. Back out front, Ronnie Silk. He's toying with Hirschman. Remember, Hirschman is a closer, Silk is an opener. Here they come. As they cross to the line, it is still Hirschman as he continues to set the pace. 3 of 100 laps and counting down.
Silk in second, Pitcat in third, albeit falling back just a bit. Then Marcello Ruffano in fourth, Steven Kopczyk the top 5. Battle is up front for the lead. Ronnie Silk looking outside and in on race leader Matt Hirschman.
Silk dives to the inside lane, 2 wheels down on the lower tracks. Ronnie Silk has moved into position number 1. Once again, this is the first lead change of the event. Here comes Silk. He's the leader of the pack. Hirschman running in his tire tracks, and Woody Pitcat waiting for that curtain call in position number 3.
Hirschman tucking back in the line, now in the 2nd spot. Pitcat in 3rd. They stack up for 4th. Ruffano, Kopczyk, Kraus, Noah Corner part of that battle as well, as is Eric Goodale looking the corners inside for a spot just outside of the top 5.
Eric Goodale will tell you that last year in the Spring Sizzler, he just couldn't find the right opportunity. He went home, he was totally disappointed with his race car. I don't think he's disappointed today at all, Kyle. He's in the 8th spot. Matty Galco, the independent, is up to 9th. And Doug Colby sets in position number 10 in the Mayhew number 7 car.
Driving for Tommy Baldwin is Doug Colby in that 10th spot as he is in line just in front of Mike Christopher Jr. and Anthony Bello. That's that lead group up the back straightaway. Add Craig Lutz into that as well. Top 13 tightly bunched back down to the stripe, all chasing Ron Silk at the front of the field. He leads by 3 car lengths now over Matt Hirschman in 2nd. 3 more back to Pitcat in 3rd.
You know, as Pitcat sets in the 3rd spot, he's keeping about the same margin between him and Hirschman, and behind him, his spotter is doing his job. Car going number 2.
Green is back out. We are underway to begin lap number 10 with Silk and Hirschman at the front of the field. Inside lane advances. That means Ronnie Silk goes back to the point. Here's Pitcat and Hirschman now in a bid for 2nd.
No question about it. 4 cars make it 5. Challenging to the inside. The door suddenly opens up and Woody Pitcat looks for some daylight. He's down underneath Matt Hirschman. Pitcat puts car number 88 up to 2nd. Here comes car number 1, Steven Kopczyk. This is a brand new deal and a brand new ride for him. Kopczyk up to the 4th position, and right behind him is Marcello Ruffano, who refuses to be left out of the big dance here.
Noah Corner part of that battle as well, along with Matt Galco in car number 3. Doug Coby has picked up a couple of spots since the restart. He moves into 8th. Change for position number 4. Maybe they are going back and forth for that spot as they cross the line. Marcello Ruffano and Steven Kopczyk.
There's no question about it. It's good racing wherever you look in this one. But up front for the 4th and 5th position seems to be where the action is. 2 graduates, former champion of the SK Lights, Marcello Ruffano, the pride of Italy, and Steven Kopczyk. Directly behind him is Noah Corner. Now Corner really impressed a lot of folks yesterday afternoon with his dual qualifying run. And what about Matty Galco? He's the kid next door. No big financing, just determination, a father and son and grandfather operation there.
14 complete, working lap number 15, and things have thinned out in front of the field among the top 4. They are really stacking up from Noah Corner, make that Steven Kopczyk on back. Here's Corner to the inside to try to pick up that spot. That is for 5th on the speedway. corner up to 5th. Kopchik to the outside lane will lose another spot to Matt Galko in a bid for 6th.
Good racing right there, as all of a sudden it is car number 1 that is forced to back out of it a second, but then he gathers it right back in. Meanwhile, keep your eyes on Matty Galko, and in front of him is Noah Corner with that number 31 car. 16 of 100 worked their way into the record books here. Meanwhile, a little bit of a ripple effect further back in the field. Jimmy Beluit running in the 12th spot, and Andrew Krause came together. Bobby Santos tried to avoid, and Brian Narducci as they work off turn 4. Meanwhile, the number 15 of Jake Johnson in the middle pack of cars. That car has been loosening up as he tries to continue to manhandle the car. 17 of 100 complete. Where is John McKennedy? He is not as strong as we anticipated back in 23rd with Chase Dowling, Matt Swanson, and Spencer Davis.
Brian Narducci gaining a spot further back a lap ago. One car showing a lot of smoke and fire now in turn number 2.
Looks the number 2 up here. Takes a peek to the bottom, but already he is being pressured heavily. The outside move is the story, and Woody Pitcat pulls back in the line. Takes a peek to the bottom of Silk. Now, these guys have been friends off the racetrack. They grew up here at Stafford, but they're not having a friendship talk now. All of a sudden, we see car number 31 that is running up front, and that is Noah Corner. Might be possibly in contention there, but there might be some liquid coming from the back end of the car. We're not sure of that. Doug Colby is right behind him. Colby puts the number 7 to the inside. No problem there, but can't pull it off. I think the story now, Kyle, is 4th on back.
That's where they stack up. Marcello Refrano has that spot. Matt Galko is there. Noah Corner also looking to the inside. Doug Colby slowly but surely and methodically making his way through the field. Positions that number 7 car in the 7th spot, just in front of Mike Christopher Jr. Then the battle for position behind them between Eric Goodale going to the inside of Stephen Kopchik.
Stephen Kopchik's car was so strong just a few laps to go, and it is starting to back up. Jimmy Beluit goes to the inside of Kopchik. He is literally trying to manhandle the automobile. Meanwhile, further back, here comes John McKennedy, one at a time. And who's with him? Well, it looks like Chase Dowling, and it looks like Max McLaughlin that are trying to follow the John McKennedy car to the front of the field. In the last few circuits, Anthony Bello has moved into the top 10. Goodale is in the 9th spot, and Michael Christopher is up to position number 8.
Chris Pastriak, meanwhile, going in the other direction. Car 75, stuck up in the outside lane, has lost a couple of spots. Max McLaughlin, next car in line, looking to his inside, outside of the top 15, and a half a lap behind race leader Ron Silk, who is out front by about 5 car lengths. Couple cars in trouble. You have Narducci and Old Blue to the outside wall.
Cross one.
The 4th corner out of shape, and car number 31 off of turn 4 saves it, and somehow everybody is able to check up into it.
It was a ripple effect, and it was one that nobody wanted to see because everybody somehow was able to squeak on by. Ronnie Silk tries to follow the 17 car, Michael Christopher. Then it's John McKennedy, Chase Dowling right there with him, and Max McLaughlin runs to the outside of Dowling. He's trying to thread the needle to get to the front of the field. That's a battle for 13th on back. Back up front. Leader still remains Silk. Woody Pitcat running right there. And then in our second pack of cars, look at Eric Goodale, car 58. Currently running in the 7th spot, challenging for the 6th position. They're side by side, Kyle, as they bonsai down into turn number 3. And here comes the bad boy himself, Anthony Bellows. What a good run for him. Car 179 moves underneath Marcello Refrano.
Goodale will pick up that 6th spot. Bello to 7th. Refrano, the big loser on that lap, losing 2 positions back to 8th. Stephen Kopchik in unchallenged 9th right now. And Jimmy Blewett has his hands full or had his hands full a moment ago. Teddy Hodgson went to the inside to take 10th. Then it's Blewett back to 11th.
There's another good battle going on as John McKennedy is trying to get around Chase Dowling, as Dowling is trying to get around Michael Christopher. That is at the bottom of the top 15. Things are starting to get racy. 30 of the 100 laps. We've got a spin. Turn number 2, the speed off turn number 4, and here they come.
Ron Silk on the jump and on the brake once again into turn number 1. It looked like Hirschman may have caught the infield grass with the left front, trying to take that second spot away, and he may do that successfully with Pitcat to his outside as they go side by side into turn number 4. Ooh. Pitcat topside with the run trouble further back, and a nice save once again by Marcello Refrano. Hangs on to it, barely keeping it off the outside safer wall.
Well, Max McLaughlin gained the most on that one because his spotter told him to dive to the inside of Dowling, and it paid off for him as he picked up yet another position back there. Off the turn, rumbling back to the line. Good racing wherever you look. Now stepping out of line in that battle in the mid-pack of cars is Ronnie Williams. Remember, Williams started way in the back of the field. Good side-by-side racing action there. Now a little crossover action. Williams picks up a spot. Here comes Dowling. He's come back up to life underneath Marcello Refrano. Dowling into the inside of Marcello Refrano, and there is the 77 of Max McLaughlin.
Refrano trying to recover from that bobble a couple of laps ago, running mid-pack right now as the front of the field has singled out. Behind Ron Silk, Woody Pitcat 1 and 2, and separated by about 2 car lengths. 2 more back to Matt Hirschman in 3rd. Galco in 4th, trouble back straight away. Solo car spin.
Let's see what's going to happen as we continue to try to turn it up. And that time, Silk got a good bite. Again, as usual, but Woody Pitcat is there. Remember, Pitcat told us earlier, this car has a different motor program than most of the cars in the field, and that has not necessarily been an ideal situation, is the story that he told us.
Back to turn number 1, and Pitcat will hang on to that second spot, not lose a whole lot of ground to Silk, and is able to drive away from Matt Hirschman in 3rd, who is about to have his hands full. We have not talked much about Doug Coby other than he is slowly but surely picking them off one at a time. Suddenly, he is in the top 5, running 4th, and on the back bumper of Hirschman for 3rd.
There's no question. He is being very patient and very cautious. Remember, this is one of those racetracks that he knows, he likes, he's won titles with. I think we have to give kudos to Anthony Bella with that number 179 car, and Matty Galco directly behind him with that number 3 car. That's the battle for the 5th and the 6th situation there. Meanwhile, John McKennedy continues to try to pick them off, but all of a sudden, Ronnie Williams dives to the inside, and Williams is trying to get around McKennedy as Williams is looking to get into the top 10.
That is a battle just outside of the top 10, 11th and 12th on the racetrack. McKennedy and Williams further up. Christopher looking to the inside of Kopchik for a spot. That's about the 8th position. Teddy Hodgson has done a nice job coming toward the front. No practice or qualifying yesterday for the driver of car number 55, and has made his way up and into the top 10, running 10th.
Teddy Hodgson, what a talent. He really starting to really blossom in these tour-type modifieds. He's tapping on the back bumper of Michael Christopher. Christopher seems to be having to manhandle the race car, but Ronnie Williams has come to life with car number 50. A few laps ago, he was behind John McKennedy. Once he got around McKennedy, he's picked up 2 positions, and Hodgson is right there in the back bumper of the number 17 car of Michael Christopher. Christopher guarding the inside lane. Williams is like a man possessed as he runs to the top side of the racetrack.
Close moment a lap ago for David Arute. Lost a couple of spots here on the front straightaway after getting turned toward the infield grass. Was able to hang on to the car as that battle for position comes back again off of turn number 4. Chris Pastriak to the inside of McKennedy. That is 12th and 13th. Chase Dowling in that number 9 car. Now goes to the inside of McKennedy for the 13th spot on the racetrack.
Well, they continue to have a good battle going on. Kopsick is now being worked over by Ronnie Williams. He continues to apply the pressure as the caution flag comes out.
Bobby Santos front straightaway.
The line, and ka-ching, ka-ching, that cash register is ringing for Ronnie Silk with that lap money up front.
Wow, leaders nearly got together here on the front straightaway as Pitcat spun the tires and turned down into Silk. They're okay, but close moment on the restart. Opened the door for Matt Hirschman right there in third. And then we're going to have Anthony Bello now up to fourth. Goodale in fifth as they come around to complete lap 44.
Trouble now down the front straightaway. Stephen Kopsick, he does a little bit of, a caffeine twitch, as they used to call it. His buddy, Chase Dowling, moves to the inside of him, and now Chris Pastriak is right there. Back up front, battle is, and look at the Bello kid working over Matt Hirschman. You can say that you've learned your lessons well when you can race with Matt Hirschman like that, Kyle, and he is doing just that.
He is, as Bello is within a car length and in fact challenging for third in turn 3. Bottom shot move for Anthony Bello. Takes third away from Hirschman, who is backsliding in this event, but is it by design? Is he conserving the car, conserving the tires? If anybody knows how to do that and run these long distance races, it is Matt Hirschman, but is he fading too far back? He's about to fall out of the top 5.
Look at Ronnie Williams. He started in the parking lot, and Ronnie Williams is up into the 6th spot, pressuring Eric Goodale. So Williams doesn't need to know the definition of failure. He is a winner, and he is now in position number 5. He has passed perhaps more cars than anyone else. Here comes Goodale. He works over the bad boy, and that is Bellows, as Eric Goodale now moves into position number 3. 48 laps, just 2 laps shy of the halfway marker. Top 10 cars, Chris Pastriak now holding on to the 10th spot. Kopsick dropped back to 11th. John McKennedy is in the 12th position.
Doug Coby having a tough time gaining back the ground that he lost on pit lane. Still outside of the top 20, scored last time by in 24th. As the leaders are strung out, Mike Christopher Jr. having a tough time and having his hands full with Teddy Hodgson and Chase Dowling. Halfway home, 50 down, 50 to go. Ron Silk showing the way.
And he continues to literally hold on that lap money, and how impressive it is as he continues to set the pace. Phil Moran has provided him with a setup that is obviously working to its true potential, working their magic at the front of this field. Meanwhile, good action still developing. Just out of the top 10, Stephen Kopsick is trying to hold off John McKennedy, Brian Narducci, and Glenn Reen, and Max McLaughlin has dropped back. Here comes Narducci down underneath Stephen Kopsick. He pulls it off, and guess who he brings with him? Glenn Reen. As Glenn Reen, well, he was on pit road just a short time ago, 52 of 100. All but gone here at Stafford.
48 laps to run as Ron Silk leads off of turn number 4. Still just a couple of car lengths in hand, but he is pulling away from Woody Pitcat in second. Goodale in third, Bello in fourth, Williams in fifth as they cross the line this time by Hirschman. Deepest he has been in a long time in this race, back to position number 6. But again, is it by design? We'll find out here within the last 46 laps. Blewett slowing just a bit on the back straightaway as Coby goes by to the outside, as does Galco. So keeping an eye on Jimmy Blewett. That car is slow here on the front straightaway.
Jimmy Blewett has had no luck at all with that race car as he continues to try to fight off and hold off the opposition here as well. Teddy Hodgson is closing in on Michael Christopher like the days of old, and when they competed in Legends car racing, as well as when they competed here in the SK program and the light program as well. Blewett is heading down on pit road. I think he has had enough of that car for today, as it looks like it's expired, and it pulls down on the bottom of pit road. 56 laps of 100. Ronnie Silk continues to ring that cash register for lap money here at the half mile with Woody Pitcat setting in the comfort zone. Eric Goodale is in third. Remember, Goodale said a year ago, I had the worst Sizzler ever. but then he's the closer. And Goodale, when he sets his sights on closing, he comes on strong at about the three-quarter mark in the event.
At Flemke slow, back straightaway, car number 11. Noah Corner picked up a spot on John McKennedy a lap ago. Let's see if Flemke can get that 11 car back to the pit lane. He will safely and maybe even go behind the wall. He is one of the very first, if not the first, pit stall off of turn number 4 as the leaders come back around to complete another lap, closing in on lap number 60, this time by lap traffic just ahead of Ron Silk in turn number 3. That car will go high, giving the race leaders room to the bottom. Passing flag to the driver of car number 10 as they go back to turn 1.
And there's no question about it that it is a very heated battle right there as well. Look a little further back. Matty Galco is trying to get back into the hunt. He is working his way through traffic. Remember, he had a solid top 5 going, and then he decided to pit. Now, he's got fresher rubber on that race car. Will it make a difference? It depends on if we go green to the closing laps, or will we have another caution? Things still racy. 61 laps up on the board. Ronnie Silk, Woody Pitcat, Eric Goodale, Anthony Bello, and Ronnie Williams. Williams has passed more cars than anyone else in the field in the Adam Scavora prepared car.
If we stay green much longer, the race leaders will be in a host of lap traffic, and that could be a deciding factor here. David Arute, the next car to go a lap down in car number 75, about a half a straightaway within the sight of the race leaders. Blewett also in front of the leaders. You have Buddy Charette, Matt Swanson, Spencer Davis, all within sight of Ron Silk. He comes around, 36 laps to run, working lap number 63 as they hit the stripe.
There's no question. It's still a dogfight battle, and we haven't even seen the best of this one. Little further back in the field, Michael Christopher's trying to hold off Teddy Hodgson still. Dowling is still there in that 3-car pack, and then Chris Pastriak is there. Narducci, and now Noah Corner makes the move as he puts the number 31 to the inside, slingshots by Narducci. Narducci's car seems to be slowing just a bit as all of a sudden it is Glenn Green who's moving in on that position as well.
Doug Coby slowly making his way back to the front. He is up to the 17th position.
Caution flag. What's going to happen is we're about ready to go back to green. 65. We're just shy of the three-quarter mark of 75. Off the turn. Fire him back up. And Matty Galco trying to show Doug Coby a thing or two. But it is Coby gone at the front of the field. Meanwhile, look at that battle for the 3rd spot. And it is Matt Swanson. We was counting him out a little bit earlier as well. And all of a sudden, he's showing some potential. Tires making it happen.
Ron Silk knows he needs to go on those fresher tires, even though it's only a couple of laps. Get going before the goodie wears off for Ron Silk as he moves around Spencer Davis. Here comes Woody Pitcat now into the top 5, looking to the inside of Davis for 4th as Matt Galco in 2nd breaks away just a bit, along with race leader Doug Coby, who pitted 2 cautions ago.
And while that has been taking place, look back and you will see that Woody Pitcat is trying to close up the gap ever so slightly as he's gaining on this as well.
Matt Hirschman desperate to get back to the front. Tried to make it 3 wide here on the front stretch a half a lap ago. Meyer deep in traffic with nowhere to go as they are stacked up 2 and 3 wide in front of him. Car number 60, Stephen Kopchik, being one of those cars immediately in front of the defending winner.
No question, you can see that happening on the outside. Good racing action. Kopchik is still trying to dig deep on the bottom of the racetrack. Glenn Reen is out there 3 wide as they come off turn number 4. Noah Corner, he's working his way back towards the front of the field. But 3rd leader of the event, Doug Coby, maybe used the strategy that everybody was thinking about but didn't know how to apply it.
It's all about execution, and right now, Doug Coby and that Tommy Baldwin team have executed perfectly, or have they? Because here comes Ron Silk on fresher tires by a couple laps, closing to within 2 car lengths.
Yes. Less than 3:07 between first and second. Doug Coby is gone. Remember, Coby is ringing up the lap money as we speak. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And right there, behind him is Ronnie Silk. Silk has led more laps and taken more of that lap money than just about anybody else.
Here's the battle for the lead. Halfway up the back straightaway. Ron Silk to the inside. Doug Coby to the outside. By the time they get to turn 4, Ron Silk back to the front of the field here at lap 74.
Wow, what a move Ronnie Silk has just put down as he continues to pick up position number 1 at the front of the field. As now we are going to be 25 laps to go when they come back to the line. Silk continues to be the driving force at the front of the field. Meanwhile, Hirschman is in a good battle with Spencer Davis for the 7th position. Kopsik is in the 9th spot behind Hirschman, and Ronnie Williams is back up to 10th. Michael Christopher in the 11th spot.
That's the way they run, deeper in the pack. Noah Corner, Chase Dowling, Anthony Bello, and Chris Pastriak top 15. And looks like, is that Galco pulling off the pace here on the front stretch?
It, and
Max McLaughlin is slow in the 77. He pulls onto the pit lane, and the caution flag comes out.
And it appears that maybe
the line, green is up, and Ronnie Silk leads them back to turn number 1 with Doug Coby to the outside. That opens the door once again for Woody Pitkat, who goes to the bottom in a race for second. Goodale is third. McKennedy moving his way back into the top 5, running in 5th to the inside of Spencer Davis.
Yeah, Spencer Davis. You know, you would have counted that car out if you'd seen how bad it was wrecked. But look at John McKennedy. McKennedy, he was definitely showing that he was absolutely being exceptionally cautious as he was threading the needle to get to the front of this field. Don't count out John McKennedy by any stretch of the imagination. We've got another car to the bottom of the racetrack that might be, yes, or the DeRocher machine. We're not quite sure. It is the DeRocher car. Back up front, working and turning up things just a bit. And going to the outside is Michael Christopher, the car with a white stripe on it. Ronnie Williams is trying to follow him through to get to the front of the class. Anthony Bello is there.
They have singled out.
Noah Corner is there. Yes, they have.
Toward the front of the field, and Ron Silk trying to get away because here comes Woody Pitkat, a former winner back in 2015 of this race. Pitkat in second, Coby in third, losing a bit of ground, and then a good 3-way scramble for 4th with Goodale, McKennedy, and Matt Hirschman having to battle his way back up through the field after a slow pit stop a few laps ago.
Spencer Davis has been backing up after running among the top 5 cars. As Davis, now look at Noah Corner. He takes a bite out of the position that is currently held down by the number 17 of Michael Christopher. Corner is into the 9th spot. Anthony Bello is 10th. Chase Dowling is up to the 11th spot. Andrew Krause is back up to 12th. Ronnie Williams is 13th. 81 of 100. Silk continues to dominate. Woody Pitkat continues to run in his tire tracks. Look at the battle now shaping up. Matt Hirschman is applying the pressure to John McKennedy. That's the battle for the 5th and 6th spot. Then there's a huge separation. Michael Christopher goes underneath Stephen Kopsik in a side-by-side bid.
Further up, here's Hirschman to the inside for position number 4. We'll make that 5 on McKennedy. Hirschman will take that spot away, but unfortunately for Matt right now, he is about half a straightaway, maybe a little more than that, behind race leader Ron Silk.
Anthony Bellows just went around Michael Christopher a little further back in this one. And then it's Noah Corner who made the same type of a move. So all of a sudden, Michael Christopher's car's got a little bit evil, and it appears that the Krause car has also started to come back to life. Car number 24. 85 of 100. Ronnie Silk still the demanding force up front. Pitkat still in second. Kobe still in third. Now, here comes Bello. Down underneath Steven Kopsik. Anthony Bello moves into the 7th spot. He's on a roll.
Noah Corner part of that battle and try to follow in Bello's footsteps. Goes to the inside of Kopchik for position number 8. They are nose to nose when they hit the stripe for that position. Back to turn number 1, but again, well behind race leader Ron Silk. No change at the front of the field. Still about 4 car lengths back to Woody Pitkat in second.
Good racing wherever you look at the further back in the field from about 6 on back. John McKennedy still holding on to that 6th position. Anthony Bellows up to 7th. Noah Corner is in the 8th spot. And then in the 9th position, it is Steven Kopsik. Michael Christopher is 10th. Chase Dowling is 11th. Andrew Krause is 12th. Ronnie Williams in 13th position. This time, when they come back to the stripe, 10 laps to go.
5 miles left here in the 51st Napa Spring Sizzler. Ron Silk looking for his first win in the event. Woody Pitkat looking for his second as they go back to turn number 2. Doug Kobe fading on those older tires just a bit, but still maintains third. Best battle, Ben, is for 4th. And right now it's between Goodale and Hirschman.
Hirschman has continued to be right there, and now he sees a little daylight. Bonsai down into turn number 1. Give Matt Hirschman the spot, forcing Eric Goodale to be back into position number 5 in the GAF machine. Off the turn still, setting a blistering pace. Ronnie Silk, Woody Pitkat still in second. Doug Kobe in third. And now it is Matt Hirschman in the 4th spot. Goodale's got 5. And John McKennedy in 6th with Anthony Bello in the 7th position.
Here comes Woody Pitkat chipping away at Ron Silk with 7 laps to go. Still about 3 car lengths between the top 2. Lap traffic ahead. There's still enough time for Pitkat to make that run and perhaps make a pass en route to a win here. As they come off of turn number 4, he's going to have to pick up the pace just a bit as he's beginning to run out of time with 6 laps to go.
He certainly is. .413 is the story between 1st and 2nd. Pitkat has brought his A game. Ronnie Silk, he is the man that has gained the most money so far before he even gets into the final laps. 5 laps to go. The high 5 has been given in the greatest race in the history of spring. Ronnie Silk has been the driving force. Will he be able to hold off for the final 5, or does Woody Pitkat have enough steam? He's closing in. He's getting closer. Pitkat is reeling him in.
Giving it his all, driving deep into turn 3 and again into turn number 1, but Silk maintains the top spot by 3 car lengths. Pitkat in second. Battle for third's a good one between Kobe and Matt Hirschman, but again, well out of the picture for the race win, coming to 3 laps to go for Ron Silk.
Lap traffic up ahead of the leaders. Silk starts to string it out just a bit more, but Woody Pitkat continues to close the gap. Look a little further back. Doug Kobe continues to try to hold off Matt Hirschman. Twirling 2s are in the air. Kyle Rickey, 2 circuits to go for Ronnie Silk.
In his 16th Napa Spring Sizzler, looking for his first win. He's been on the podium twice before, but never to Napa victory lane. A lap and a half away from doing just that. Ron Silk will see the white flag, this time off of turn number 4.
And right there, running in his tire tracks, Woody Pitkat. Pitkat reels him in, bottom of turn number 2. Woody Pitkat has closed up the gap. Ronnie Silk steps on the gas, pulls away in turn number 3. Off turn number 4, Silk is there. Pitkat moves alongside. The fans are jumping up and down in their seats, but it is Ronnie Silk to take down the win. Woody Pitkat to finish in second. Doug Kobe to finish in third. Matt Hirschman will finish in the 4th spot. Eric Goodale for 5. John McKennedy for 6. Anthony Bello for 7th. Noah Corner for 8th. Steven Kopsik for 9th. Then it is Michael Christopher to finish in 10th.
Ron Silk becomes the 28th different winner of the greatest race in the history of spring in its first 51 runnings by 1/100th of a second, or 1 car length. Back to Woody Pitkat in second. Car number 16 heading to Napa Victory Lane. We'll continue with the finishing order. Ben gave you the top 10 a moment ago. Andrew